The New Jersey Assembly Education Committee passed a two-bill package to establish a task force to assess the implementation and effectiveness of the PARCC exam. It also gives the opportunity for students to opt out of these standardized tests. At the Jersey City Board of Education meeting, 2 students from McNair Academic High School spoke out on the ineffectiveness of these tests to both teachers and students.
Making students as young as 5 do advanced work will do the opposite of help them. It will make them struggle to keep up. When my mom asked what had happened to the curriculum and why the work was much harder, my brother's teachers told her that this work was to prepare him for when he takes the PARCC in 3rd grade. My kindergartner brother is being prepared for college in his career before he can even read fluently. This is without mention of how the PARCC has affected high schools. I have had teachers in and out of my classes because they have to proctor during the day for the exam. This wastes valuable time that can't be retrieved, especially for my AP classes with AP exams coming up soon. They have wasted so much time being taken out of their classes to take an exam that doesn't even matter. I am not saying this as a student who is lazy and just doesn't want to take tests. I am saying this as a student who has had her fair share of testing and being experimented on, whether it be SGOs, quarterly assessments, pre-test, post-test, and the list goes on. With only 3 months remaining for me in the Jersey City public school system, I can say that standardized testing has done nothing for me but lower my self-esteem.
I asked my friend, who is renowned for his calculus skills, "Chris, what's your favorite class?" And he told me, I would say biology. Why? Because I walk into that class knowing I will learn something new every single day. You see, ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Education, this kind, hardworking teacher is the type of person under your employment. And this teacher was slapped in the face when you broke your promise by not giving her the raise she obviously deserves. You handcuffed her with your PARCC exams, your student growth assessments, your entire overload of standardized testing. How could you cause such trouble to someone who is such an inspiration? Don't you understand that she is the answer? If students aren't learning, if the schools are failing, the answer is not to throw a test at them. The answer is to be more like this teacher, to genuinely care about your students, to cultivate an inquisitive nature, to inspire a love for learning. Ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Education, until you understand this, that the answer is to value teachers who inspire students. You can bring in a PARCC test or whatever, but you will fail. Until you stop punishing the men and women under your employment for doing their jobs right, you will fail. Until you see that my teacher should not only be my role model, but also yours, you will fail.
Now, in response to the public comments by these students, even Jersey City Board of Education Superintendent Dr. Marsha Lyles was surprised about the amount of work it takes to take these tests.
I was myself surprised at the nature of how many tests you had, and this has also sparked a lot of thinking among all of us about how can we support teachers, administrators, students, and parents in making ways that, in utilizing ways in which we are not burdening them, but using important information.
Now, on the proposed task force bill, A4268, there would be an evaluation on the amount of actions the state would need to take to help support the administering of these tests. Other evaluations include the cost for administering the tests and student results. Under A4165, a parent or guardian will need to provide a written notification no later than 14 days before the administration of the PARCC assessment exam. Now, both bills, A4165 and A4268, would need to be passed by State Assembly, Senate, and Governor Christie before it becomes laws. From Jersey City, I'm Jeanette Jozu, Hudson County View, the eye of the community.